Hey guys, welcome to JazzedTutorials. This week's Back to Basics video is going to be a very simple, awesome text effect. I'm calling it a Back to Basics tutorial because it's very simple and there aren't that many steps to it, so it shouldn't be too confusing for any of you. But if it is, I'm very sorry. But again, it should not be confusing whatsoever. Okay, so let's get started by opening a new canvas. I chose this lovely background color here, and I will show you that lovely color in momentarily. It is this lovely hue right here. So make sure that's your background color. Yep. Alright, once you have your background, make a new layer above that. And you can do this next step one of two ways. I will show you both ways because I think they're both equally as easy as the other. Alright, so make a new layer. And on this one, we're going to grab the elliptical marquee tool. That's this one right here. And you're going to make a shape like this. It can be big, small, whatever size you like. Long as what you're typing will fit inside there, you're good to go. Now here's where the two parts come into. You can either add a feather to this right away, or if you're not sure how to do that, which is very simple actually, it's up here, it says feather, and you can add a feather of proportion. I would go maybe like 10 or maybe even 20. But if you're going to do the feather part, you're going to have to do that beforehand. So let's do this both ways so you guys know what they both look like and you can decide which is better for you. Alright, so we're going to get rid of the marquee right now, and we're going to go with the feather one first. So on the feather, I'm going to choose 20. Yeah. Let's go with 20. And again, if you need to alter your feather settings, you can. That's not a problem. So make your shape that you wanted to make, and we'll go with that size for now. Yeah. And then what you'll do is you'll go over here to your color swatch, and you're going to choose this hue right here. That lovely purple hue. And then what you'll do is you are going to go Alt Backspace and... Hold on one second. That's right. Alright, on a new layer. Just kidding. So you go Alt Backspace or Command Backspace, wherever it is in your swatch. D. Now, you could do it that way, but again, I feel like I would need to have it more feathered out if I was doing it this way. So if I was doing that, I would go backwards. So I have to do edit, step backwards, edit, step backwards, and go with this, and then go back to the feather and alter it to my settings. But I found a more simpler way to do it without using the feather at all. But again, this is all personal preference. If you prefer the feather portion of this, go for it. It's all up to you. Okay, so have a feather set at 0 pixels, and on that new layer that you've made, go ahead and make the same shape that we just made. Alright, any size will do. And then go ahead and automatically make that to your color. Get rid of that. So you'll see that shape right there. Now, we're going to blur this. So we're going to go to Filter, Blur, and we're going to go to Gaussian Blur. And my radius is going to be 28 pixels. And that may also work best for the feather if you're going to use that 28 feather pixels or 30 feather pixels, whatever you think looks good. And that's basically how we're going to set that up. So that's your background for your text all sort of set up. But again, either way works fine. I'm just showing you multiple ways to do things. Alright, now that you have that, we're going to now start with our text. Now, each of your text layers is going to be one letter because we're going to do something cool with it. So we're going to start with a J. I'm going to, but you can use whatever you want. So go with your lettering. And font-wise, I've chosen Arial Black because that really makes it stand out and looks pretty cool. And you can choose any color you want for your text because we're going to get rid of the text color anyway, so that won't really matter. Alright. So I'm going to kind of center this just a bit because it looks like it's really off-centered there, but that's alright. We'll fix that momentarily. And then we're going to go and we're going to paste I'm going to paste my layer style, and I will show you what that is. So I'm going to hide that for a second, and I'm going to start with a drop shadow of multiply and black for my settings, and then I chose 60% opacity. I unchecked use global light because we don't need any light in this, not whatsoever. And then 144 degree angle for that, and then the rest of it stays the same, and that is good. Next, I chose Outer Glow. I chose this lovely purple hue of choice. Okay. And my opacity is set to 70%, and my size is set to 3 pixels, or px. And the rest all stays the same, and you're good. Okay, let's move downwards to gradient overlay. Alright, we have a white to purple hue. This is my purple hue I've chosen. It's that one lovely one right there. Alright, purple to white, and you have 100% opacity, 90-degree angle, all that's good. Okay, let's go forward one more step. We have a stroke setting. I chose 1 px for my size and white for the color, and the position is inside, and click OK, and you'll have that right there. Now, that's your first of many letters, I'm sure. So now go ahead and do the same exact thing for each additional letter, but keep in mind you want to place them various places, and I will show you what I mean by that momentarily. Let me go over here. So we have the D. And I want you to keep in mind that when you're doing this, each letter that you make needs to be below each other. So, like, for instance, if I was doing my J, my next letter was A, so A would go below the J. And then the Z would go below the A, and so forth. Do you see what I'm saying? So that way you have this cool, like, overlapped, like, look to your text. Okay? Sounds cool? Looks cool? It does. Now we have one more final step we're going to do with that, and I'm going to delete that one because I have this one here that was suited for my text already. Now we're going to add one more new layer, and this is going to be below your text layer but above your little blurred little filtered area. And this is going to be a brush layer. We're going to add some stars. Now these stars are already in Photoshop, so you won't need to have any downloads or anything. It's all already in here. So go to your brushes, and you're going to select over here your star shape tool. And yes, you'll notice how I already have that made there. I'll explain to you how I did that. Let's go over here. Why is it not letting me show you guys? Oh. Maybe that's why. Okay. Wasn't. Alright, so brush shape tip. This star tip here is already in Photoshop. It's actually a standard one. Some people don't have them loaded in there, and that's fine. You can go ahead and load that if you need to. It's in your Photoshop presets folder in your programs or applications section. Once you have that loaded, you're going to choose the size proportion you like. I chose 20 for mine, only because I felt like that was a really good size. But if you want to go with the 29 pixels that it already comes with, that's fine. And then my spacing is 200%. And then for shape dynamics, I did 55 for the size jitter. What else? Oh yeah, angle jitter is 100%, and the rest of it stays at 0. And then my scattering, I chose 600%, both axes selected, 1 for the count, and your count jitter is 0%, and then check off smoothing, and then just start brushing behind your text to get a cool effect like such. If you happen to go over and above where you want to have your stars, don't worry, there's an eraser brush to fix that issue. So at the end of all this, if you don't like where something's placed, like I don't like what's there, boom, erased. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Yeah. So that's it. That's my tutorial. That's my spiel. I hope that was awesome. Hopefully that helped some of you out. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you extremely, extremely love it and you want to see more, click subscribe. I do try and post 2 videos a week. Sometimes it's only 1. But so far, I'm on the good roll of 2 videos a week. Yay! Okay, so thank you for watching, subscribing, commenting, and liking. Oh, and if you have any suggestions, comments, or concerns, comment below, inbox me here. I will get back to you in a timely fashion. Maybe not right away, but I will eventually. I never ignore. Alright, thanks. Bye!